If you're a B2B SaaS founder, you probably looked at your marketing dashboard recently and felt conflicted. You posted 20 times this month, your LinkedIn impressions are up, your content calendar is full. When you open up your actual calendar, it's crickets. Maybe 1 or 2 discovery calls, but they don't really feel like they're gonna actually move the needle. Today I want to explain why most B2B SaaS marketing feels like a treadmill. Tons of motion, zero momentum, and what happens when you don't fix it. In this video, I'm not going to give you another checklist or posting tactic. Instead, I'm going to show you the underlying mistake that causes SaaS marketing to feel busy but ineffective. We'll look at how buyers actually form belief before they talk to sales, and why most content fails to influence that process, and what needs to change if you want marketing to reduce friction instead of creating it. And once you see it, you understand why simply doing more never works. So I want to tell you about a founder I work with named David. David runs a specialized CRM for mid-market manufacturing firms. He had a solid product, decent traction, but his marketing felt exhausting. He had a freelancer posting 5 days a week on LinkedIn, but mostly generic advice like the top 5 ways to improve sales productivity or why automation matters. David told me something that stuck with me. Every time I get on a demo, it feels like an interrogation. Prospects were grilling him on pricing, comparing him to HubSpot or Salesforce, treating him like just another vendor. And why was that? Because David hadn't given them a reason to believe in advance. He was just another name in a crowded space. So here's the reframe that changed everything for him. Activity creates visibility, but only authority creates belief. Your buyers don't need more reminders that your SaaS exists. They need a reason to believe your way of solving the problem is the only way that makes sense. David's marketing was busy, but it wasn't teaching anything new. It was service level, operator-driven content that anyone could have written. So to grow demand, you have to stop being a content creator and start being an authority. Here's something most founders completely misunderstand about B2B buying psychology. Your buyers aren't avoiding you because they don't know you exist. They're avoiding you because they don't trust their own judgment yet. Think about the last time you bought something expensive for your business. You didn't just Google best help desk software and pick the top result. You probably spent weeks researching, reading comparisons, watching demos, second-guessing yourself. Why? Because making the wrong choice makes you look incompetent to your team and your board. B2B buyers aren't just buying a solution, they're buying confidence in their own decision-making. And here's the counterintuitive part. Most founders try to create demand by making their solution look obvious. Easy setup, fast results, you know, right? But sophisticated buyers don't want obvious. They want to feel smart choosing you. They don't want to talk into a meeting and explain to your team why this wasn't the obvious choice, but it was the right one. Let me make this concrete for you. Instead of David posting top 5 CRM features for manufacturers, imagine he posts a video called Why Manufacturing Firms Waste 40% of their CRM investment on features designed for tech startups. Now VP of Sales watches this and thinks, holy shit, that's exactly what we're doing. This guy understands something my current vendor doesn't. That buyer isn't just educated, they're armed. They can now go back to their team and articulate a problem that they didn't even know they had. And guess who becomes the obvious solution? The person who taught them how to think about it. And this is why pure education beats content marketing every time. You're not trying to be memorable, you're trying to make your buyer feel like the smartest person in the room for finding you. So here's where most SaaS marketing goes wrong. Teams assume demand is created by volume. More posts, more campaigns, more channels. But demand doesn't come from activity, it comes from belief. And belief doesn't form because someone saw your logo 10 times. It forms when your buyer starts repeating your explanation of the problem in their own head. Right now, most SaaS content does the opposite. It stays service level, avoids strong points of view, and talks about features, trends, or generic best practices. That kind of content can get attention, but it doesn't change how buyers think. And if your content doesn't change how buyers think, it can change how they decide. And this is why marketing can look successful on paper, but still feels completely disconnected from revenue. You're creating noise and not clarity. So when buyers don't believe before sales, all the pressure gets pushed into the sales call. Prospects show skeptical, compare you on price, ask for discounts, and need convincing at every turn. That's not a sales problem, that's a marketing problem that started months earlier. Because when marketing does its job properly, sales conversations start really differently. Buyers already understand the problem and agree on what matters. So they're not asking why, they're asking how. And that's the difference between marketing that fills dashboards and marketing that actually shorts sales cycles. So if there's one thing to take away from this, it's this. Marketing isn't about being busy. It's about shaping how buyers think before they talk to sales. If your content doesn't make sales conversations easier, then no amount of consistency will fix it. Demand isn't created by doing more, it's created by being clearer. If this helped you see why your marketing feels active but ineffective, I'll keep unpacking this in the next videos. Especially how founders can show up early in the buyer's decision process without adding more channels or more chaos. Next video goes deeper into how buyers actually decide before sales is ever involved, and why that changed everything about go-to-market. If you want to keep going, it's linked here. So let's turn your marketing into something your sales team actually thanks you for.